Hey guys, it's Jade and welcome back to Cedarville Amusement Park in Planet Coaster, where we're trying to build out a full-sized theme park in the game, trying to make it super realistic, trying to make it super functional, and just have a great time while playing it. So we're up to episode 14, which is absolutely crazy. It's gone so fast, and yet there's still so much to do. I'm sort of only like, I wouldn't even say halfway through the park yet. It's ridiculous how much detail and how much you can do in this game, but like just getting completely overrun with so much to do, and it's just crazy. Like the detail, the light, everything. It's insane. It's an insane game. So if you have not seen the previous 13 episodes, you don't have to go back and watch it, but if you like to get up to date, highly recommend going and seeing what we're up to and what we're doing and all that. So last episode we did more of this coaster, and we're just finishing a little bit of detailing off here, making a bit of a rock wall, trying to make it look a little bit nice. We don't finish this coaster in this episode. We do start another coaster, which is very exciting. I reckon it's very, very cool coaster indeed, but we'll get to that just now. Yeah, just doing some more decorating, trying to make it look a little bit nice, a little bit more full and grown. I'm still on the fence if I want to do some sort of building for that for the chain lift hill, because it's quite long, it's quite boring, there's nothing really around it just there, so I think I might have to. So yeah, I don't reckon I'll do that in a video, because it'll be quite time consuming to say the least, because it's a long ass hill and I don't really know what to do for it. So it would be a lot of finicky work, a lot of just back and forth and stuff like that. So I probably won't do that, but and it's interesting, maybe I will. We'll see. I might go back and do like a follow-up. I'm not sure. We'll get to it eventually. Right now we're just finishing off this little section here, trying to make it complete, because I left it incomplete last time. Did a little bit of train work and stuff like that in between episodes to fill it in a little bit, just adding some lights and structures, and you know me, just the more the merrier with adding wood pieces and lights and all that. So just trying to make it as good as I possibly can without, destroying my computer, which so far it's gone pretty well. We've got like 8,500 people and it still runs as smooth as butter, which is what we want. Okay, we don't want to be having to kick everyone out of the park and just have it like that until like the final tour, because that would be boring. I want to see the rides going, I want to see people, I want to see, security kicking out guests, So we don't want to stop the party, you know what I'm saying? Right here it was sort of just a bit of a meh space. I didn't really know what to do, so I sort of just started building. It's not my favorite thing, sort of just like a little exit building coming out of the underground section. Like I didn't really know what I wanted or how it wanted to look. So I just added a bunch of random stuff, made it look a bit uneven, bit run down, but it turns out alright. We like it. I think I've gotten to the point in this coaster, because it's just taken so long and there's so much detailing to do, that I want to get into a different thing. So that's sort of why I started a new coaster, new environment, new ideas, just trying to get the flow happening again, so then I can come back to this coaster and be like, oh yes, I want to finish that, I want to do this, blah blah blah, so it's just a bit of change of scenery, I guess you could say, because doing this rock formation for this one ride, spending hours, it takes time. Like I don't even know how fast this has been sped up, I cannot remember, but I spent a long time trying to do some rock work, some hill work, trees, terrain, just all that. It took me a long time, so I was like, nah, let's just get out of this, do something different and start brand new. So this is the coaster build. It's going to be pretty much the rest of the episode, building train work, and then It's a massive coaster, not just the size of the actual cart. I guess it's a cart, coaster cart. Not just the size of the cart, but it's a pretty big coaster as well. I think it is currently the highest, and not sure about the speed. I need to check the Goliath coaster to see, but look how big it is. It fits so many people. It fits like 20 people on each. I'll need to check the speed to see if it's as fast as like the Goliath coaster, because that's pretty tall, and that's the tall one at the back there. That's probably the tallest at the moment until this takes over. I wanted to sort of have it wrap around somewhat of the train there that goes around the back here, so I wanted it to sort of, you know, wrap around a little bit and do its thing. It's a bit of dead space here in this corner, so at the back anyway, so I wanted to make it as best I could. The supports do come out, and I can't change that on the outside of the park. It is what it is. We do terrain work and do it as best as we can. We do make it look good. It works out well in the end. It's quite a well, I feel like it's quite pirate inspired, going through a lot of tunnels. I'm not sure of the name yet, but it goes through like lots of tunnels underground, wraps around the train and all that. So if you have a name, let me know. I'm on the fence. I don't know what to call it. We've got names for everything else, so I've sort of just got to name it now. Sort of did that to myself, but it's a pretty cool coaster. I want it to definitely be very terrain orientated, going through like these little tunnels here, and then we do a massive corkscrew, which I'm pretty happy of how it came out over the train track, which is pretty cool. Hopefully when we either go on the train or go on the coaster, one of them like goes past when we're on it. That'll look pretty sick. Yeah, I've also been watching videos of people and how they make the coaster super smooth. I'm pretty good with I am now. It's taken a lot of practice, but I like to think that I'm very good with my smoothness of coasters, but I've watched a technique on how to make them like super duper realistically smooth, and it's going to be time consuming, so maybe I will try it in the next coaster, see how it goes, see the difference, because it does look pretty smooth, so I'll need to give it a go. It just takes a hell of a lot longer than doing it how I normally go, so we'll see. This coaster did come out pretty well. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the smoothness. We change quite a bit of it. That's sort of like, that's what I thought the basic layout was going to be. Then I was like, oh, that's like super short. It's got nothing in it apart from a drop and a corkscrew, so we'll do like this straight sort of vertical upwards bend thing that goes into another drop, and then I didn't really like how that turned out in the end, so we go back and change it, make it even longer, have it wrap around itself again, and then I am happy with it. Like, it's a cool idea, but I don't think I executed it very well. Like, it was supposed to go like straight up and then into a corkscrew that goes upside down, then drops back into itself. So it was a good idea, but yeah, I just didn't know how. It just didn't look right to me. You'll see what I mean when I just go back. I think I do like a few like POVs, and I go back and then I'm like, nah, this ain't it. This isn't the way. And then also I was also thinking about terrain work as I was building it as well, because it's right next to the edge of the park, so the train would be a bit of a problem because it just drops straight down. It doesn't actually go into past the barrier, if that makes sense. Which I think they should be able to do, because like if it's just a straight wall, it doesn't look as good as if you could like have the train still bend across over the barrier. I feel like I'm waffling right now. This is a cool drop too, because it like holds you there, so it builds the excitement up. There's the little barrel roll into this straight thing that does the loop, goes back in. Like, it's all right, but it's just the way that I executed it just wasn't very well. So yeah, go back and change it. But yeah, it'd be cool. I don't think it'll be very hard to add into the game, that aspect. Like, you do the terrain and then it doesn't just do a straight straight wall at the barrier. It actually flows into it. You can't do anything outside the barrier, but I'll let you know what I mean when it comes to it, because it doesn't look the best, but it does look alright, because it's not like you're going to be seeing it from that angle anyway, so it's not a huge deal. So it does look pretty crap right now, but you know, as I say, you gotta keep on going until you just gotta keep adding stuff until it looks good. Like, it looks bad now, but just wait, it looks average by the end of the episode. So hopefully you like it. I do. It looks cool. That's sick. Just holds it there. Also trying to make it a bit longer. This is before I change half of it, because I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look right. It's not working out. So yeah, we do change the back end of it to add some frequent breaks, just make it a little bit longer. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do this coaster station. I think I'll make it one building, but I'll also have to do the station for the train, which will be pretty big, so I might like connect them somehow, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out in all due time. So that's sort of the back end of it. It looks ugly because of the train work. It's not finished yet, obviously. We'll make it look all pretty. There's that long ass chain lift that I was talking about on the other coaster. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I don't know if I'm going to leave it outside, put it in a building. We will see. I didn't actually realize like how the speeding of the brake works. Like, I put it on for to drop it down to 30 k's an hour before the last bend and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it doesn't actually slow it down because I had it on the wrong setting or whatnot, but we got that fixed. We got it all sorted. Look how many people you can fit on it. Like, I've never been on a coaster that holds that many people. It's ridiculous. Trying to figure out where I'm going to be doing the pathing system, which side to do it and whatnot, because it's a bit of an awkward spot to do the pathing system, because there's a coaster right there and there's also a cliff right there, but I want to keep that open, put some trees, some rocks there, because it does splash into the water, which I think is a pretty cool aspect of it. So I wanted to keep that as clear as possible from paths or buildings or whatever. So I was trying to figure out, I don't even know what I'm doing with this camera angle right now. Here's a little POV. I think I was checking the scores of what the coaster came to, of how good nausea, excitement, and that. Then I changed this friction setting and it didn't even make it up the first hill, so I was like, awesome. And then I changed it lower, and then it bloody flew. It was so fast. This is obviously sped up, but it was so fast. It was ridiculous. It was pretty much this speed. I reckon that's a pretty smooth barrel roll. Yeah. Then, yeah, I think we end up changing it or trying to make it bigger, and then realizing we can't really do much, so we just, yeah, get rid of it, add another little drop, do some other drops and airtime hills, and I think that's the only inversion, that corkscrew over the train, which is pretty tame ride, apart from the 400-meter drop, which is alright. We do a drop here, add some brakes there, do another drop, so it's not too bad. It does end up being really good with all the terrain. I keep saying it looks bad, but it looks good eventually. You just gotta give it to the end of the episode, guys. Come on, hang in there. You can do it. This is what I mean about what I said when I wanted it to be really interactive with the Hogwarts Express. I forgot its name there for a second. I wanted it to be super interactive. Even though there'll be a mountain here, you can't see all this part. You'll know, which is pretty cool. Definitely like how it goes through the supports and has the close contacts and all that sort of stuff. And that's pretty much the gist of it now. Now we do try and clean up this monstrosity of a chain lift. This is what I mean. You'll see when I go around the backside of it, it's just a straight flat hill on the other side of it because of the barrier. It just does straight which it sucks, but is what it is. Can't change it. I'm not sure if they're going to. Oh, I doubt they'll be going to add it. It's like a 4-year game or something like that. 16. I don't know. Did it come out in 2016? I think it might have 17. I'm not sure, but I doubt they'll like add it in now because it's so far into the game. Maybe in another game. We'll see. I think they might be in developing Planet Coaster 2, which will be pretty sick. So hopefully they see what I mean. It's just a straight hill. It doesn't look the best, but from this angle, it looks alright. You won't really be able to see it from the other angle, so it's not too bad. And then we just cover up this end bit and go around and try and make it look a little bit better. Do the ratings again, try and see what they end up to be with this new section in it. Looks pretty cool. Like, it's a pretty long ride when you're considering it. Like, it's pretty good, I reckon. I'm not exactly sure what the runtime is, but I reckon it'll be pretty long. Doing all the smoothing, so if you are interested in the new technique to make it smooth, you don't build the coaster like I'd usually build it, like just long big blocks. You actually do it 4 meters at a time, which takes an incredibly long time, and then once you've done the entire coaster at those 4 meter increments, then you go back and you smooth at 4 tracks a time, instead of doing like massive bits like I do, like you're supposed to, or not supposed to, but like you'd assume you do. This shorter method sort of contradicts the game's smoothing mechanism and sort of just breaks it really and makes it unbelievably smooth. However, you have to do that smoothing technique about 4 or 5 times back and forth from the start of the coaster to the end, then back to the start and then back to the end. Do that about 4 or 5 times at the small increments to get it pretty much realistically smooth, or even smoother than realism. So it takes a lot longer than what it usually does to build a coaster. So coasters usually, it depends on the coaster and like how much detail and terrain work, but usually just the coaster build probably takes an hour or 2. With this one, probably take like 3 to 4 hours. Basically the size of the coaster, and like it depends. But we will try it, and if it makes it better, we will keep doing it. If I can't tell the difference, we will just scrap it and go back to my normal methods. So just trying to make it more terrain driven with the mountain, trying to make the supports as little as possible, because you know me, I don't like supports. With this big chain lift hill, it's going to be a bit annoying because, you know, we're going to be seeing the supports, but we make it look good as best as we can. So yeah, this is what I mean about the coaster was very tunnel orientated. I like it. That's definitely something I was going for. Not when I first started the coaster, because I had no idea how I was gonna do it, but we get there in the end and it looks good. Coming to the end of the episode right now, so I hope you enjoyed it. It was just all one big coaster, so I hope you don't mind. It was a fun coaster to build though, and hopefully you enjoyed watching it. We'll leave it here with a POV, so enjoy.